I had a friend in real life tell me the other day, you focus on politics and world events a little too much, and that seems to be taking a toll on you because this world is a very scary and depressing place, and anyone who pays attention to it a little too intently is bound to absorb in that negativity and thus become a sadder, more depressed person. And perhaps that is my problem because I don't disagree with that sentiment at all. I do pay attention to this world a little too much, and quite frankly, that's because I am terrified as fuck of this world. I always have the news app on my laptop open. I find myself spending an absurd amount of time scrolling through stories, reading articles, and almost none of it is positive because it's a cold day in hell when good things happen in the realm of politics and just world events in general in this planet. And also, I have notifications set on my phone for it to, of course, send me a notification every time a story breaks, and then I just end up reading said story. And again, it's very rare when my phone notifies me of a positive story, and perhaps that is detrimental to my mental health because I find myself spending way too much time paying attention to this shit, and I can't help but find it important because I just want to know what goes on in this world. Unfortunately, most of it is bad things because we can't live in a perfect world where everything is sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately. So I just find myself reading depressing story after depressing story because, again, that's just the nature of this planet. As terrified as this planet makes me, I can't help but just not pay attention to it. I always have to be in tune with what is going on in this world, even if, again, it takes a toll on me, even if, again, it is just depressing story after depressing story. I can't help but just not show interest in it because I live in this planet. I want to know what's going on in this planet. I want to know what humans are up to in this planet, and if it's rarely ever good, I still want to know about it because I'd rather be in tune of what is going on in this world. And I used to shun people who didn't want to pay attention to world events as much as I do. And I really can't blame those people these days because again, this world is a depressing, scary place, and just reading story after story, just reaffirming that it's really not good for a person, and I kind of envy those who don't pay attention to world events as much as I do. You can say they're leading better lives all you want, but at the end of the day, they're probably leading better lives than most certainly me, and probably you if you're like me. They're leading their lives just blissfully unaware of what is going on in the world around them, or they just kinda sorta keep in tune every time a major news story breaks within the realm of politics, but all in all, they don't really pay attention to that, and it probably helps keep them sane as well, because trust me, there are plenty of times where I was reading a news story and then I just wanted to fucking rip my hair out, but anyways, as much as I wish people would pay attention to current events, because I do believe that if more people were in tune of what goes on in this world, the world would be a much better place than it is currently. I really can't blame a person for not wanting to pay attention to it, because why would they? Why would they want to read depressing story after depressing story, lose more and more faith of this world ever having any substantive positive change going on within it? And this isn't to say I'm going complete doomer, oh, we're never gonna change as a species. Everything will always remain shit. I do feel someday, sometime, maybe past my lifetime, something will happen to change this world for the better. But we're certainly not gearing towards that anytime soon, probably. But I digress. I've always said life is too short to pay attention to those that you don't like, people who hate you now. But life is also too short to focus so intently on the negatives that are going on within this world. And I just can't help but pay attention to that. Pay attention to the negative. I mean, I would love to pay attention to world events even if everything was 100% positive, but unfortunately, again, that is just not the nature of this world. So alas, the world events that I pay attention to are almost exclusively negative things. And it certainly doesn't help that people are so cutthroat and divided, especially these days, and that certain people are so militant to the point where they would plan out a fucking insurrection and storm the capital of the United States, all in the name of overturning democracy to ensure that their guy that lost fair and square stays in the White House and basically becomes dictator of the United States. That's pretty scary too, right? Sharing a country with people like that. But I digress. This world is a very scary, depressing place filled with very bitter, negative, and quite frankly, scary people. And it just depresses me that I have to share a world with these kind of people, you know? I pay attention to these sorts of things a lot these days because I long for a better world. A better world that is not the hellscape we currently live in. A world where everyone is treated fairly and equally. I mean, I know this is utopian. This is a perfect world that will probably never exist. Like the song Imagine, you may say I'm a dreamer. But god damn it, I just really wish things were much better than they are. You know, every time I open up the news and get depressed by a story, a lot of that depression stems from disappointment in this world. Disappointment in humans for not doing better. Disappointment that so many people are just seemingly content with the world we live in and don't long for something much better like I do. You know, I do care for this world. I care for it a lot. I care about all the people that inhabit it. And I just wish that we would all just long for something better and make something better for ourselves, you know? That's pretty much why I got into this politics shit, you know? I just long for something better. I want something better than the world we live under. And I know this is vague, I don't have the answers, but I just wish we would all collectively work to build a better world than the one that we live in. I know this video was all over the place, but all in all, this world scares me. And it doesn't have to be a scary place. We could make it a positive place that is much better than the one we live in right now. But, alas, humans are humans, and I guess we're incapable of building the perfect utopia. Oh well, anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.